All right. Well, welcome, guys. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate Nick having me on for the second time now. Talk a little QB run using power read and counter read. My name's Josh Lindke. I'm the passing game coordinator, quarterbacks coach at Toledo Central Catholic High School. We'll go ahead and get right into it. Session goals for today. I'm a big guy. I believe in knowledge is power. So obviously, the more knowledge you have, the more power you'll get. And that's why we're all here, and it's a great thing that's going on. That's the one good thing that's come out of all this COVID-19 stuff is we're all getting a lot better as football coaches and being able to have access to all this information. So hopefully you guys are able to take one thing back to your program to use. And then if we accomplish both of those goals, this session was a win for us. So how we got here a little bit, when we talk about our quarterback run game at Central Catholic, we've got a spread option type offense. We're a multiple type offense. We do a lot of different things. 2013 had a quarterback in Deshaun Kaiser who just recently got cut by the Las Vegas Raiders. He left the program, graduated, and I'm going to Notre Dame, and that year Coach Dempsey threw it around a lot with him, and they still needed to get production out of the quarterback position. So and they knew there was going to be a severe drop off the following year. So they wanted to incorporate the quarterback some way, somehow. So the most logical thing to do was incorporate quarterback run game stuff. If you weren't going to have a dynamic passing game back then. So, so obviously you wanted the defense to be able to account for the quarterback on every snap. So that was one way that, getting this quarterback run stuff was good and getting that involved. So, and then obviously it's a chance to get an athletic quarterback, a lot of carries, and get your athletes out on the perimeter. And like we've all, come to know, in terms of the read option stuff, it brings a form of option football just in a different manner. And Marcus Winter ended up being the quarterback in 2014 and was a really good runner. So this type of, option football, was really good for Coach Dempsey back then. And obviously stuck with us, this many years down the road. Now we still use all the same verbiage and a lot of this stuff today. So kind of formed our quarterbacks around it. We've done it a couple different ways. We build a lot of our stuff off of jet sweep action. But we do a lot of power and counter read as well. So when bringing our power or counter read to the jet concept, meaning when we send a guy in motion or wide receivers, when we do a lot of it, we also do it out of just a straight, 11 personnel look or 10 personnel look when we run the sweep action with the running back as well. But when we do it from a receiver standpoint, we call that rocket or laser. So rocket will be that left side receiver going to the right. Laser is that right side receiver going to the left. Rocket means the jet motion and jet motion right, and the QB is reading the end man on the line of scrimmage to the right for a give or pull read. All skill players to the right will run the jet sweep rules. Okay, so they're going to continue to do their jet sweep deal, and that's a whole nother clinic in itself when we talk about our jet sweep rules. But and then our lineman will block the run play called. In case the quarterback does keep the key read. So, and then laser, like I said, means he's going to the left. So an example play call for us, if we're going to do it with our rocket laser motion from our wide receiver, one of the examples would be like double right rocket 24. That would be our power read series. And then if we did, our counter Trey read series, like your bash stuff, that would be double right rocket 29. Going back the other way. So just a little bit about our verbiage and how we treat it. Here's a diagram in terms of the jet power read stuff. So like I said, double right rocket 24, we tag a Q at the end of that as well to give that quarterback that option read. Obviously, like everybody knows, we're reading that end man on a line of scrimmage. We like to get a double. Okay, here if we can, but if not, we're just going to work up here to the free and let our running back take care of this alley rifle type player we talk about. If he does rifle, meaning if this guy shoots right now, this guy should go ahead and get to the free right now, and we're going to let our running back take care of it. Sometimes it does get messed up where we have our slot end up taking this guy, and then what we teach our back to do is just read it inside out, and then he takes care of the free there. And our read key is obviously with our rocket motion guy here. Okay, so our quarterback's going to take 2 shuffle steps, we tell him in our read key. Stick that ball into the belly. If that defensive end flies up like everybody's been taught, our quarterback's going to stick his foot in the ground and get vertical. Okay, if not, if this guy crashes at any point in time, or we teach our quarterback, if this guy cannot catch the jet guy at all, just give it to him. Let our fast guys go play in space. let him go play out in the perimeter, try to make maybe this guy tackle one-on-one, this guy possibly tackle one-on-one instead of playing inside with the big boys here. Play side here, so this would be, power to the right. We're going to double down on this nose here to the will backer, block back in the 3, pin here, pull and pin here to the Mike backer, and then we're off to the races hopefully, and then a C on the backside on this backside end. So that's what we're looking for in our power read series. So here's some clips of it. We just got an off tight end here. So all our off tight end is going to do is he's going to lead to the alley guy here, try to take care of this cat. So then our tailback would then be out here on this free safety up top to the top of the screen here. Rocket 2 hard shuffles from the Q. Okay, defensive end flies up. So we're going to stick our foot in the ground, get north-south, go get as many yards as you can. Sometimes this thing will hit back. It will hit as a cutback because overflow is happening so hard to the jet. And after you hit him with jet a couple times, like I've said, we build this off of jet. We also build it off of just a regular running back action. It ends up being a good play. So here it is from the back view. 2 hard shuffles and then stick a foot in the ground and get north-south right now. All right, here's an example of a rifle. So obviously our read key is this guy here, okay? Right now, our slot here should be going and getting this safety, and then our running back should be here on this alley defender. And what happens is our slot here ends up coming down here and giving like a little fake, and then he ends up coming up here, which kind of screws up our running back, and he ends up touching nobody. That's not what we want. If this guy were, like I said in the diagram before, to come down and slam down on this, our running back should just pass this off now, and then he should get to the alley. And we rep that daily. That way our guys can see that. This really should have been, in my opinion, probably could have been a give, but and you got an athletic quarterback. That's why the quarterback run game stuff is so good in that sense, because you're able to, get an extra playmaker the ball. Here it is from the back view. Not a very good job on the shuffles and not a very good job timing up the snap. Timing up the snap is so important. You should really be snapping this thing about right here. We end up snapping this thing way too wide, just so you can time up that mesh, time up that read key, things of that nature. It's really important to make sure, you're doing that as a quarterback. And we leave that up to the Q. That's all on him. So, but worst comes to worst. Pull the football, get north-south right away. Same deal here. Ends up being a really good play for us. 2 shuffles. Sometimes, this DN gets so wide, he takes himself out of the play. We really should be out to here, okay, with that alley defender. This is our read key here because we're pulling to this guy right here. It ends up getting a little screwed up because this guy gets so wide, but that should alert the quarterback right away. Just even pre-snap by his stance, that should alert him. He's keeping this thing. 2 shuffles and go. Really good if you got a bear type quarterback, a runner, obviously. We run this play without. Our guy now is not a running. He runs a little bit, but he's not a guy that we're just going to pound it to 15, 20 times a game. But in years past, this is what Coach Dempsey's had. After Kaiser left, he's had bigger type quarterbacks that can run the football really well. So it's a really good way to, get your guy the ball. Here it is out of an empty look. Okay. You're basically just going to get a double here with these 2. All right. And then chipping off to get to this cat here. All right. Still reading this man on the line of scrimmage. And what you can do week to week is really dissect that guy. How does that guy want to play anything that he, any type of read game, whether it's zone read, power read, Trey read, okay, anything that he wants to do in the read game when he's not being blocked, how does he want to play it? Is he a guy that's going to shoot for the quarterback right away? Is he a guy that's going to try to wrong arm stuff? Is he going to try to keep contained? And again, here's a perfect example. Could this guy have, technically based off of what he's doing here, should the quarterback have kept it? Yes. But, we've always told our quarterback, know who this guy is. And if he's a slow player and can't catch the jet guy, just hand it to the jet guy. Let him go make plays. Ends up working out pretty well for us. So, really good form of option football for us and really good way to us to add another hat to the run game. Anytime you add that quarterback to the run game, you're equating numbers and you're giving yourself +1 in a lot of scenarios. Now we go laser, okay, because we're jetting to the left now. So we call this laser. Same type deal. All right, good fake by the quarterback afterwards. He hands it good hard 1-2 at the read guy. Okay, always sell the fake afterwards, and we're off to the races. Notice the quarterback's eyes. This is a really good shot here. Okay, his eyes are on 79, his read key. Okay, 79 is trying to play both. He's trying to shuffle down, hold his gap integrity, but he's also not trying to let Contain get outside of him. So really good job by our quarterback here. Okay, here's our Trey series. So like I told you guys before, double right rocket 29. 29 is going to 28, 29 tell us Trey right or Trey left. 29 is going to tell us Trey left here. So we're still reading, this play side end here. We're going to rocket motion like we've done before. All the rules for these guys stay the same. Okay, he's going to go work to the free. Our play side back here should go work to this money. All right, this alley defender, if something were to get messed up and this guy does slam down, then the back can just work out to the alley here. All right, so everything's going to stay the same. Nothing's different for those guys in terms of the Trey and the power. It's all staying the same. It's just different for our guys up front now. Same read for the Q, okay, but if this guy flies down, all right, again, he's just going to give the jet, and it's almost like a bash series, where we're misdirectioning stuff. If he widens, quarterback's going to shuffle 1-2. Okay, and then if that end widens out, all right, he's going to plant his foot and then follow his pullers here. And a really good way to rep this is, a lot of times you get a first-time Q or a first-year quarterback, he's going to want to get outside of that right away. Well, depending on his block, you want to really let him see this kick-out block happen here, okay, from this guard, all right, and then he should be taught to follow through with the tackle, okay? So really, really good stuff here. Again, another great form of option football. All right. So again, this defensive end, here's our read key up top here, like we've said all along. All right. He can't catch the jet guy, so we're going to hand it to the jet guy. Simple as that. We're not going to mess with it too much, and we're not going to give our guys different things to look at. All right. And this guy he never can be right. Okay. When we talk about, this end man on the line of scrimmage here, he's in a lose-lose situation no matter what happens. He gets too wide here, our quarterback's just going to stick his foot in the ground, and then he's coming back over here, and we still got numbers. If you watch this play develop, we still would have had a great play. If we take it back here, we probably still have a decent play. Obviously, this ends up being a log block here, and we're getting out and around the outside, but we still we like our numbers advantage over here too. So good stuff. I know a lot of everybody's doing this stuff, but, this has just worked really well for us. So again, having your quarterback give a hard 1-2, and he's got to understand the difference between 28-29 and 24-25. 28-29 is going back the other way. Okay. 24-25 is going the same way, and it's hitting, front side. 28-29 is hitting that back side. Here it is again. Hard 1-2, can't catch him. Read guy can't catch the jet guy, then go ahead and hand him the football. Running back shouldn't be looking inside here. He should be going for this alley defender right now. He takes him right now. We're probably off to the races for a touchdown. Same deal here. Go back here and here's some old school film. You guys can see the difference. Marcus Winters was a really good player for this play. Really good runner. A lot of people ask, you guys just predetermining this. We are not predetermining it. It's a read. Sometimes it looks like we're just shuffling hard 1-2 and going, but no, this is a true read for us. Now we do have the option to just tell them to keep it, but we tag that Q at the end of it. We're always going to give them the option to read. A lot of times in these clips too, you'll see quarterback ends up keeping it. If we would have gave the jet, it still would have been a great play. For instance, there's a great example. He should be given the jet right here. And again, ends up being a really good play. That's our Trey series. 1-2, put your foot in the ground, get north-south. Sometimes it's going to hit outside. Sometimes you got to give your quarterback different looks during the week. Give him the look where it's a true kick out here and he's leading up through. Give him the look where it's, he's slamming down and it's a wrong arm and he's got to get outside. Give your quarterback that different look. so he can understand, where he should be hitting it. Because let's be honest, if you're not running this play a whole bunch, your quarterback might just keep it and go to the outside right now and not really understand the trajectory of the play. It's a little bit different than that front side, 24-25, that power read cue that's hitting a little bit different. That one's hitting a little bit more north-south rather than, the Trey read, which is hitting more east-west. Fly through here. Some empty clips. Here's the Trey again. Ends up handing the jet. Off tight end, empty. It's a really good way to service some misdirection football. It's been really good to us over the years, and we haven't changed much. I mean, angles change, in terms of the blocking scheme sometimes, but the overall base of the play has not really changed in a lot of years. Here it is again, empty off Trey with the tight end. And you can see the numbers advantage we're gaining here, especially, you're playing a team that plays man coverage here. They got 4 dudes up to the line of scrimmage. It seems like everybody's within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. You get a little misdirection going, and you see what happens here. Everybody's off to the races now. Here it is again, just caving down that play side. Really good stuff. And this is, obviously for all you guys, anybody that might be going through a transition, or you might just, you might have lost a really good throwing quarterback. You may have to adjust a little bit. Maybe you have to put an athlete there, a wide receiver type there. This kid here, Marcus Winters, he wasn't a quarterback. He was a receiver. Coach Dempsey ended up winning a state title with him in 2014, doing all this stuff. Obviously having Mike Warren in the backfield helped, but Winters didn't throw it the best. He threw it pretty well, but he wasn't a Deshaun Kaiser. But this just helped equate numbers and give you another advantage in the run game instead of just handing it to your tailback all the time. We fly through here, get to our I'll show you guys the clips when we get to – here we go, perfect. Power and counter read without the jet motion. So that was all with our jet series. Okay, so now we do the same stuff with just the sweep action now. So that really gives that true bash look. A lot of people like. Running back will now be the sweep action that will get the ball. If there is a give read, must have a blocker that is assigned to handle a rifle. We call the rifle just that guy that's off the edge. It's that unblocked guy off the edge. Usually an H-back or a second back in the backfield will handle it now because you're not using the running back anymore because he's the guy that's in the action, the sweep action. Rope means we are running the sweep to the right and reading the M-man on the line of scrimmage. All skill players to the right are blocking jet to the right. Okay, and then lasso, all right, is the same thing to the left. So kind of like rocket and laser, same type of deal. Rope and lasso is just now with the running back. So example play call would be like off deuce right, rope 24. Okay, we tag that cue to it, and that's going to give the quarterback a true read. 24 tells him he's just going to keep it on his own. And then we go off deuce right, rope 29. That's the Trey we just did. So now we're just, instead of a rocket laser, we just got rope and lasso now, like I told you guys before a second ago. So here's a little diagram. Same deal for everybody out here. So now just that off tight end here is taking care of this guy here. We should be slamming here. Okay, we should be getting to the free here. If this happens here, it's just the same type deal. We teach the tight end. It's the same type of exchange out here. Okay. Running back is going to be even, or his heels should be on the toes of the quarterback. Okay, we don't want to give it away too much. But you guys will see in the clips here, you'll notice his alignment changes slightly, so it is a tad bit of a giveaway. We started messing around with some motion, getting to that spot late in the snap. this past year. But so the alignment is a tad bit of a giveaway, but you guys can see what's going on here. We're just going rope 24Q here. Okay, so same deal we've done before, but now we're just doing it with the back, giving it that true bash action. Quarterback, all his same rules apply. Hard 1-2 afterwards, still reading the M-man on the line of scrimmage. If he can't catch the back, give it to him. On this one, it's really more of a true read because, the back might not be as fast as the jet guy coming full speed. But the whole gist of the play still remains the same. Can't catch him, give it to him. Hard 1-2 at the fake, good. So you're still getting everything. This is really overemphasized, this back's alignment here, but ends up still working out well for us. You don't want to be that big of a dead giveaway, like the back to be back here in this area more, but he wants to come flat across the quarterback's face, okay, to take care of the mesh read. That would be like lasso 25Q there. Okay, here's the Trey. Same deal we just talked about, but now we don't have the rocket laser. We've got rope and lasso still, so same type deal. Everything's staying the same. This is the beauty about all of this. Everything, all the stuff staying the same. We're just changing the motion in the backfield. We're doing a true sweep action with the tailback, or we're doing it in a rocket laser with the wide receiver. This one does hit a little bit quicker, in my opinion. Just because you've got the back that right there next to you, so the decision needs to be made a little bit sooner. But nonetheless, this is what we're looking at here. So really good job. That guy crashes down. Man, line of scrimmage crashes down. Quarterback should no give right away. Really like to get a hard 1-2. Shuffle, boom, boom, and then give a fake afterwards. Really good job here. 1-2, put your foot in the ground, get it north-south. This will be like that log, for instance, getting outside. There's nothing, no kick out, all mushed up in there. Okay. Kind of more of a log block type action. So quarterback understands he should be getting to the outside here now. Here's a little jump motion. These guys kind of just started doing on their own. So we'd start even, and he would jump motion right at the end here. Now he's lassoing across, 1-2. Okay, two back power reads. So we do the same type stuff. Now we just do it out of a two back book too. Everything's staying the same. Okay, still with those keywords, rope and lasso. It's just now saying, obviously, if we're roping, it's the left back. That's roping to the right. Okay, if we're lassoing, it's the right side back, and he's lassoing to the left. So, it's really simple for our guys. Everything stays the same for them. Give you guys the back view of this. Really good. It's a really good, play, obviously. Like I said, if you got a receiver that you want to get some touches to, besides in the pass game, obviously just giving it to him on straight jet sweep, but then also incorporating this stuff too, because then you can keep your power run aspect, whether you do it, with the Trey series or the power series. It's a really good way to get that receiver a cheap touch possibly, and obviously to get your Q some touches. As well in the run game. Not something that you're going to call 30, 40 times in a game because you don't want to beat your quarterback up, because he can end up keeping those 20 or 30 times. But it's a nice change of pace. Instead of just handing your back the ball and power or counter or whatever it may be, now you're really incorporating the read aspect to it. And we're always reading the front side here. We're not in this type look, we're not reading the backside much. More of a front side type read for us. Ends up hitting backside when we go Trey, but the read is the front side D end. Where I know some people are reading that backside D end. We can do that as well. We just didn't do much of it last year. We were more of a front side read team. Here's the lasso. That means right side back going to the left. Hard 1-2 from the cue. Get north-south right away. That's a 25 cue there. 24 cue here. This was a really good play for us. This is late in the season, round 2 or 3 in the playoffs. Big game against our rivals. Ended up playing them for the second time this year. We had trouble. They were overloading our tight end side. We were running the tight end side a lot. So we made a suggestion of running, rope 24Q back away. We had a really nice read, clean read here, and then a really, really big alley out here, to put that back basically out in no man's land, which ended up working out really well for us. Something that we found late in the game, the second half, that ended up sealing it for us. Ended up bringing it home. That was a big first down that we got there up late in the game. Really good job by the quarterback here. He's racing out. Okay, he's really kind of running with the shuffle read there, but really we want him to just go 1-2. But good job keeping his fake afterwards, running hard at the DM, getting downhill. Now we're off to the races. So that's it, guys. That's our Q read stuff. Power read and Trey read is really what we stick to. That's what we live and die by. We like it a lot. It's big time for us. We're able to do it out of the jet series, like I talked about with you guys. We're also able to do it out of that bash action, the sweep series from the backfield with the running back. And like I said before, if you guys have seen my stuff before, you guys can always shoot me, a message or a DM on Twitter, send me an email, shoot me a text as well. Love to talk ball. If you guys have any questions, man, don't be afraid to ask. And like I said, appreciate Nick having me on again. And hopefully we'll talk to you guys soon.